ADR, this is King Black, and I want to just title this video, I firmly believe in the Second Amendment, man. I believe in the right to bear arms. Key word here, though, is legally. Legally bear arms, meaning I believe in the right to protect yourself with a firearm that's registered to your name, and you're allowed to either have it on you or have it in your house. Because I tell you what, everybody can sing the praises of cops however much you want to. But when it comes down to it, when somebody's pounding at your door, when somebody's breaking in, when you're at the gas station and somebody's trying to carjack you or rob you, when you are in whatever situation it may be, where somebody else has a firearm pointed at you, and you dial 911, it's going to be at least 4 to 5 minutes before they show up. And all it takes is 1 second to end your life. All they had to do is squeeze that trigger once, and you're gone. The cops will only show up to pick up a body, and you have to hope in the afterlife, if you believe in one, that they solve your murder. And this is especially true for single mothers with kids at home. The last thing you want is somebody trying to get into your house, or whatever the case may be, and to be defenseless. To have to put all of your hopes on some uniforms that as soon as they arrive, they're not going to immediately run into the house. And from the time you make that call to the time they arrive, you better hope whoever's in that house does not have the intent to kill you. And if the cops arrive and they've already found you, the person that broke into your house, I'm saying, you better hope that they don't get desperate and try to use you as a hostage or kill you out of desperation. In those moments, the best person to save you is yourself. This is why I advocate so much why kids in organizations such as mine not to be out there committing crimes or dealing drugs. Because you get picked up for something like that, for one, I don't believe any Latin king or Latin queen should be out there dealing drugs. Heroin, crack, any of that stuff. Shouldn't be touching it, shouldn't be selling it. Second, if you get picked up for one of those things, for committing an assault with a deadly weapon like a knife or whatever, or you get charged with illegal possession of a firearm or whatever the case is, you just destroyed your chance to protect yourself legally. Meaning, if you have a firearm registered in your name and you are in good standing with the law, you know what I'm saying, that you don't have anything that bars you from having that firearm, and somebody breaks into your house and they have a gun or they have a knife or whatever and they charge at you and you kill them inside of your residence, or they mug you, they carjack you, and they're armed, and you don't just shoot them in the back, but if it's a justifiable kill, you save yourself, and legally you stand a good chance of getting off charge free because you killed in self-defense, your life was in danger. Now if you have that same scenario, but you're using an illegal firearm, meaning it's not registered to you, you're not licensed to carry it if you're outside of your house, and it's concealed if you're not living in a open carry state, meaning that you don't require a license as long as it's out in the open in a holster, then you face the complete opposite. You're going to get arrested You may get charged with manslaughter even though it's in self-defense because you were using an illegal firearm to defend yourself. As messed up as that sounds, but that's why I advocate living the right way, so you can protect yourself and yours legally. You can defend your property legally. Because like I said, in those 5 minutes, a lot can happen. You can lose your life in an instant, man. And you can't think, well, the cops will instantly come in and save me. Because if it was for Columbine and the Parkland shootings, cops took forever to go inside those schools. They're not going to be Rambo and run into your house. They're going to form a perimeter. They may get on a freaking megaphone and call the suspect out. But anything could be going on inside that house. Or you can get caught in the crossfire. But at least if you have a means to defend yourself, you have a very good chance of either stopping the attack, making them run away, or eliminating the threat. But you have to be smart. You have to do it legally. And that's why I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in our right to protect ourselves, to bear arms, to keep it. Not only for situations like that, but from also government oppression. But I'm not going to get into that because the conspiracy theorists are going to come out of the woodwork on that one. But you never know when you're going to have to defend your own life. And it's better to have than to have not. Because once you're gone, man. Once you're gone, as much as you think you'll be thinking of your family and stuff, none of that is going to matter when those eyes close permanently, man. When you're buried in that earth, or you're cremated and thrown into the sea, life will keep going. And sometimes it's better to go down swinging than to be a sheep and get slaughtered by a wolf. In my case, I'm a freaking lion. That wolf is going to have to work twice as hard to get me. But that's why I'm not living my life how they depict on Gangland, on freaking Drugs Inc., on freaking any other documentary, news story about gangs or criminal organizations. I don't believe I belong to a criminal organization. That may be the moniker, the tag that law enforcement put on it. But when I first joined this nation a little over 14 years ago, none of my superiors pushed me to do anything illegal or told me to live a life of illegal actions or crimes. They taught me it was about uplifting my community, living right so I can be an example to the young ones growing up, that they can rep these colors, that they can call themselves a Lion King or a Lion Queen and not have a black mark follow them through their whole life. Be able to hold a job, have a career, have a family, and stay out of jail, the penitentiary, to be with that family. And I truly feel sorry for those that have been pushed into a life of crime because they thought that's what they had to do to properly represent their organization. And then when they get to jail or the penitentiary, they're forced to do even more stuff that's going to keep them there even longer. It's very rare the ones that go into these places in an organization to get out when they are supposed to. Because in jail and the penitentiary, things work a lot different than they can in the street. In the street, you have more flexibility depending on how you live your life, on how you do things. But once you enter those barbed wire gates and you're locked in those cells, it's a completely different program and you have to follow that program. You got yourself there, now you have to survive in there. And in order to survive in there, people have done some pretty crazy stuff that's added 10, 15, 25 years or even life. They might have gone to jail or prison with a 5-year sentence for assault or drug related offenses and ended up tacking on 15, 25 because of a jailhouse murder. And that's not the kind of lives I want my youngins growing up to be following. That's not the ones that are under my leadership. That's not the kind of life I want them to follow. I want to see everybody out at the community barbecues, at the sporting events. I don't want to see the sad faces of the kids that have their pops in jail or their mom in jail because of choices that they made. It's a sad thing, man. And those kids, because they're missing that part of their family, man, they grow up with that resentment, with that anger, and they end up following that same path as their parents or worse. Whereas I try to mentor those same kids to stay in school, get grades, get good grades, graduate, go to college if they want to, get a career, get a job, find something they're interested in, pursue that. Don't stand on the street corner, man. If you're standing on the street corner, you look like a bullseye target, you know. You're looking like target practice. You're out there standing on the street corner selling rocks. You're looking like a freaking easy target for the cops or for the ops. Either or. Either or is going to get you sooner or later. And the consequences for each are different. Get caught by the cops, go to jail or the pen. Get caught by the ops, and you get caught lacking, or you get caught ambushed by 3 or 4 of them and you're by yourself, or you only have one other person with you and the other person ain't about that life and they start running and you're all by yourself. Guess what? You ain't going back home. You're going in a box. You might take down 1 or 2 with you. You might not even have the chance to take 1 with you. It might come from behind. It might come from somebody you know. So that's why I say don't get mixed up with that life. Because people get addicted and people do crazy things because of their addiction. I'm a living example that you can be in an organization and not spend a day